If you're a real Warriors fan living in the US, this video is for you. From coast to coast, America is buzzing after last night's game. Steph Curry just reminded the whole country why he runs the West. Breaking news has once again shaken up the NBA universe, and this time it's centered around a potential pairing that sounds more like a 2K fantasy than actual reality. Damian Lillard, Stephen Curry, together, on the same roster. Two of the greatest long-range assassins, two MVP-level players, two franchise icons possibly wearing the same Golden State Warriors jersey. But just as the rumor picked up steam and lit social media on fire, ESPN's very own Stephen A. Smith hit the brakes with a bold and controversial statement that sent the basketball world into a frenzy. According to Stephen A., if the Warriors pulled the trigger on bringing in Dame, they wouldn't be gaining firepower, they'd be losing their identity. You heard that right. The idea of Steph and Dame playing together should make any basketball fan drool. The spacing, the shot making, the big game composure, the ability to torch any defense from 35 feet out, it all sounds too good to be true. But as always, the devil is in the details. Stephen A.'s comment wasn't just a hot take. It was a challenge to the Warriors' core philosophy. A warning to the front office. A moment of reflection for the entire fanbase. And it sparked one of the most heated debates of the summer. Let's rewind to how this all started. Dame's future in Portland has been in question for over a year. Despite being one of the most loyal superstars in modern sports, even Lillard himself has hinted that time is running out. The Blazers have shifted into a rebuild. They've got Scoot Henderson. They're developing Shaedon Sharpe. And while Dame continues to put up 30 a night, the window for real contention in Portland has closed. So now, the talk isn't about if Dame will leave, it's where he will go. And then came the whispers. Whispers from insiders. Whispers from agents. Whispers that Golden State could be a surprise destination. Why? Because Dame respects Steph. Because the Warriors want one more title. And because pairing two all-time greats in the backcourt could give the Dubs the spark they need to make one final championship push before the Dynasty sunsets. But then came Stephen A. On a recent episode of First Take, he was asked point blank, would Steph and Dame work together in Golden State? And his answer? Immediate, blunt, and bold, no. It would be a mistake. If you put Dame next to Steph, you don't make the Warriors better, you make them confused. You lose the very identity that made this franchise great. Stephen A. broke it down like this: the Warriors' magic isn't just about talent. It's about flow, movement, unselfishness, and a system built around one generational superstar, Stephen Curry. A system that thrives on off-ball movement, screens, cuts, and rhythm. A system that was tailor-made for Steph's unique skill set. Not isolation. Not heavy pick and roll. Not two high-usage guards who both need to cook to get in rhythm. And that's where the issue lies. Damian Lillard is elite. No question. He's one of the most clutch players in NBA history. He can drop 50 on any given night. But he's not an off-ball player. He needs the rock. He controls pace. He's the engine. Putting him next to Steph might not be chemistry, it might be chaos. Let's not forget that the Warriors already tried a two-point guard experiment when DAngelo Russell came to town. It didn't last long. It didn't work. Why? Because no matter how talented the player is, the system demands balance. Kerr's offense isn't designed to be run by two chefs in one kitchen. And yet you can't ignore the allure. The idea of Dame and Steph on the same team would break opposing defenses. Just imagine a defender trying to trap Curry at half court, only to leave Dame wide open on the wing. Or vice versa. Imagine both players coming off staggered screens. Imagine closing quarters with two of the most clutch shooters in NBA history exchanging buckets. It's a nightmare for any coach. But it comes at a price. A big price. To make this trade happen, the Warriors would likely have to give up key pieces: Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody, Gary Payton II, and possibly even Andrew Wiggins. You're not just adding Dame, you're gutting the youth, the defense, and the size that Golden State desperately needs. And Dame's contract? It's massive. You're committing hundreds of millions to a 34-year-old who's dealt with injuries over the past 2 seasons. Stephen A.'s point isn't about Dame's skill. It's about the ripple effect. You don't just insert Dame into the Warriors and expect things to magically work. You have to restructure. You have to rethink. And that's what scares fans. Because let's face it, the Warriors are at a crossroads. Steph is still elite. Draymond is still Draymond. But Klay isn't the same. The bench is inconsistent. And the West is getting stronger. Luka and Kyrie. Jokic and Murray. SGA and Chet. LeBron and AD. The Kings are rising. The Timberwolves are physical. The Thunder are hungry. So it makes sense that the Warriors might want to take one big swing before it's too late. But does that swing destroy the very core of what made them great? Stephen A. believes so. And honestly, he might have a point. The Warriors built a dynasty not on mega trades, but on culture. On development. On system. Steph, Klay, and Draymond weren't thrown together in a blockbuster deal. They grew together. They sacrificed. They built something organic. And every time the Warriors have drifted from that blueprint, like with DAngelo Russell, or when they overpaid for aging role players, it hasn't worked. Still, the Dame rumor isn't going away. NBA Twitter is on fire. Fans are split. Some are calling for the front office to go all in to pair 2 living legends and chase that 5th ring with no regrets. Others say trust the youth. Let Kuminga grow. Let Podziemski develop. Stick to the roots. And then there's Steph himself. He hasn't publicly commented on the Dame rumor, but let's be real, if Steph wanted Dame, that conversation has already happened. Behind closed doors. On a private jet. In a phone call. Steph runs this team. And if he says yes, the front office will move. But at what cost? Would the Warriors still be the Warriors? Or would they become a team chasing something they already had: identity, unity, greatness? It's one of the biggest what-ifs of the offseason. And no matter which side you're on, Stephen A. has lit a fire under the conversation. His warning might just echo louder than the trade itself. So we'll ask you now, what do you think? Would a Steph and Dame duo work in Golden State? Or would it unravel the fabric of everything the Warriors have built? Is it genius or is it desperation? Let us know in the comments. Smash that like button if you think Stephen A. is on to something, or if you think he's dead wrong. And if you love Warriors basketball and want to stay locked in on every twist, turn, and trade this offseason, subscribe right now and turn on the bell. We've got more updates, deep dives, and breakdowns coming your way. Because one thing's for sure, this Warriors offseason is about to get loud.